Do you realize that you're being greedy by not raising your rates? In this episode, I'm going to tell you, the ADHD entrepreneur, how you can charge what you're worth. One of the most common topics that I have with my newer clients is how do you tackle raising your rates when you've been undercharging for so long? Now, this is the same conversation I have with my clients who haven't even set up their pricing yet. So just follow along wherever you are in the pricing conversation. So one of the things that comes up for my clients who have already set their pricing super, super low and already have a handful of clients is they are terrified of upping their pricing and losing their clients, or upping their pricing and poisoning the relationship with their clients because their clients will feel like it's a bait and switch. And here's a couple things that I want you to remember about setting your pricing. Setting your pricing is not a vanity metric. Okay? It's not you having this massive opinion about how wonderful you are. You setting your pricing is a survival mechanism for you not only to create this business to be sustainable, but to also be able to afford important things like food and shelter and water and a place to sleep. And occasionally something, a luxury like maybe shoes. So you can walk around without stepping on splinters and rocks. If you don't set pricing that actually allows for you to pay for living, you're not going to be in business long. And actually what ends up happening is you sign up all these clients for too little money. You can't stay in business. What happens to your clients? They get dropped because you have to quit on them so you can go back and get a job that'll pay you enough to live. Okay. So first and foremost, before we get into the conversation about how you even set up your pricing, I want you to recognize that it's not you just bragging about how amazing you are. It is genuinely how you make sure that you stay alive. And that's not vain. That's not selfish. That's not unkind. That is a completely reasonable fucking ask. Now, a couple fears that come along with this is, yes, the bait and switch. I'm going to up it on my clients and they're going to run away screaming. They're going to badmouth me. They're going to think I'm evil. And that's a whole conversation, and we'll get to that. But one of the things that also comes up is, well, what if I'm not good enough? I especially hear this with people who are new at going out on their own. So new coaches, new consultants, new copywriters. Folks who have learned the service that they provide. They are experts at it, but just haven't done it a long time. It's incredible the amount of times I've heard someone refer to themselves as a baby coach, as a baby copywriter, as a baby consultant, and not like they're a coach for babies or a copywriter for babies. Like they downgrade themselves in the ranking of how good they are because they just haven't gone and done it that long. And guys, this is such backward thinking. Because if you approach your pricing and your packages like that, let me tell you who you're going to attract. And let's use the example of a copywriter for this. So say you're a copywriter and you're a baby copywriter. So you're starting out and you're giving everyone a very steep discount on your services. You have your baby prices and you go out into the world and you start getting clients. And you're getting clients who are paying you pennies on the dollar of what they should be paying a copywriter. Now, what's going to happen with these clients is they're very likely to go into your copy after you've painstakingly written it and smashed it all to pieces because you have charged so little that it really doesn't matter to them to respect your work. You have built zero authority with them that what you're doing is going to be at all effective. And so they're going to look at what you've done with the perspective of, well, this person doesn't think they're good, so I'm not going to think they're good either. Let me fix what they've done. And let me tell you, they have not been trained as a copywriter. They are not writers. They're not copy editors. They have no idea what they're doing. And what ultimately happens is they take all of your hard work, smash it to bits, make it completely ineffective. And whereas you were hoping to get a good testimonial from them, they're going to be completely disappointed with the results from having you write this copy because they've turned it into this little weird Frankenstein of your writing and their thoughts and what they think might work. And there's a reason why they hired a copywriter in the first place, because they weren't good at writing. When you charge enough for the things that you're writing, guess who you attract? You attract clients who, when you send them the blog post, the white paper, the Instagram captions, whatever kind of copy you're writing, when you send it to them, they have a couple questions or small edits. But because you charge so much, because you have positioned yourself as an expert, as if you know what you're doing, which give yourself credit here, you do know what you're doing. They're not going to go in with a sledgehammer and their own words and edit everything. They're going to trust that you know what you're doing. The same thing goes for coaching. If you're a coach and you're starting out with clients and you're charging $20 an hour, first and foremost, you can't afford to live on that. That there's just no way in hell. If you're already naturally independently wealthy, then sure, you can survive on $20 an hour. But here's what happens. You attract clients who want to talk to someone for an hour for $20, and they're really just lonely loos. They really just want to have someone to chat with. And they're not committed to doing anything that they say they'll do in your sessions. They don't do the work. And 6 months will pass and you will be so flipping frustrated because they've shown up and they've just chatted your ear off and haven't seen any progress. And the testimonial that you were hoping you'd get on the other side of this, after taking a hit financially, is never going to come. Because what are they going to say in their testimonial? Oh, Dorothea was so lovely to talk to. I just, we chatted twice a month. Why would anyone agree to pay for that after that? That's not a testimonial that'll get you new clients. The clients who will show up and do the work are the ones that are paying like $500 an hour. They're the ones who show up. They know that they have some skin in the game. They know that they're paying enough to ensure that there's some accountability on their side. And even if you give them some homework that is way outside their comfort zone, they're far more likely to do it. Because why? Because they've paid this much money and they didn't pay this much money to not make some progress. So when you charge baby prices, you get baby progress and you get baby testimonials that attract more baby clients, which attracts more baby money. And nothing wrong with babies. I mean, they're great. Like, we need them to continue the human race. So moving on from baby prices. So here's the next problem that a lot of ADHD-preneurs and neurotypical-preneurs also struggle with is